YouTube. I thought we were there. Hey, YouTube! Woo! Peter Gantner here with TruBadger, and I got Corey with me. We are here. We are excited to lay some stuff out here, guys. What we're going to do is we're going to talk for about 15, 20 minutes, maybe 25, and then we'll open it up for some questions. My goal here is to lay out, for me at least, the TruBadger picture was pretty clear, but I think for a lot of people, it's not as clear as what it is that we're trying to do when we talk about ecosystem and we go through the process. So here's what we'll do is after we're done talking, guys, you can put in some questions in either YouTube or here on the Zoom link that we're on, and then we'll answer those questions. All right. So let's talk about ecosystem. When we talk about ecosystem with TruBadger, what do we really mean? What we mean is building a set of crypto projects that help feed into each other, right? An ecosystem is everything kind of lives in one thing, lives because the other thing, right? It's this whole setup of things working together in order to create a result. What is the result that we're looking to create? So you guys know on our website, we have a giant and we have Truman, and Truman represents us as a community and the giant represents the blockchain, right? The projects that we're going to develop in the TruBadger ecosystem is the roadmap, the guidance of maneuvering the giant, the blockchain, the cryptocurrency. And the community will be, because these are all DAO projects, right? Decentralized autonomous organizations, right? They're run by the community, foundations that are set up. So they're community owned. So if you own tokens, you own a part of that. That's Truman. Truman is TruBadger. Truman is Catapult Swap. Truman is, I can't say that one yet. Oh, I can't say that one yet either. So I'm not going to be able to get into specifics of companies, but what I am going to lay out is how this all plays a part in it. So right now, us as individuals, we have to go and do a lot of research. And I'm not saying that we're going to eliminate the research part, but hear me out on it, okay? So but the source of where projects are coming from, we don't know. A friend goes, hey, there's this project over here. And we go over here and we look at it and we throw 20, 40, 50 bucks in. We don't really even understand it. We didn't spend the 3, 4, 6 days it would take to do real due diligence. And then somebody else says something about a project and, oh yeah, let's do that one. Or, oh, this one's on deck sales. Let me go throw some money in that. So we're aping into projects and we don't really have a lot of guidance. The power of community would allow us to not necessarily ensure that we're going to be successful with projects, but have a higher chance of it, right? Imagine right now, and maybe some people can put this in, right now, the picks that you are making on projects. So let's say you bought 20 tokens, okay? What percentage out of 20 tokens, which of those have been home runs? Which of those have been okay projects, and which of those have completely been rug pulls or went down so low that you can't? For myself, it's probably 1 in 20, and I do a lot of due diligence and a lot of homework. Maybe it's 1 in 20, maybe it's 2 in 20 that have done well. A few, are still even, and then there's probably 5 or 6 or 7 that have completely went away because they were great concepts, but they really didn't have the oomph behind them. Most of them were anonymous people running the teams. Some of them were and one of them actually, they renounced ownership. They had a problem in the contract, so they couldn't fix it, and that project went away. I know a lot of people lost money on that project because it was a high-flying project at one point, but then with problems. I know of another project that we were in where they started off well, but then the team fell apart, right? And they started to abandon the project, right? There's all kinds of reasons and different stuff. So let's get back to the ecosystem. How do we begin to fix that as a community, as Truman, as the photo on the website states, okay? How do we begin to maneuver that? We build projects that solve the issues that cause that to happen. So why does some of this happen? Well, first of all, one of the core things is manipulation of the launch of the project by bots. That is such a huge problem. Again, if you got into Refinable, how many people on here lost money in Refinable because of a bot manipulation. Corey's one. I didn't, guys, because my transactions didn't go through. I would have lost money if my transactions did not get hung up and I canceled them before they went through, because I didn't want to leave it hung up there when I left the situation, right? I would have lost money. I know Dawn lost money on it. I know other people that lost money on that project because of bot manipulation. That is our first project, Catapult Swap. And I'm happy to announce tonight that that project for sure will be launching in the month of August. We're trying for the first part of August, but it will be sometime in August, guys. One of the things we are not going to do is give firm dates until the project is complete. We do not want to be like so many projects that set dates and then problems come up. If any of you guys have ever done anything in software, there's always unforeseen issues. There's always problems. So our first project, Catapult Swap, will launch. Now, I'm excited to say that we've just brought on a new designer who is absolutely phenomenal in this space that will be designing Catapult Swap. I guess I can let the cat out of the bag. We'll be doing a redesign of the TruBadger website, the brand and all that stuff. That is already, we've already contracted them. That is already underway. Okay. I don't know when the rebrand of the website will be, but I know we'll be launching Catapult Swap in the month of August. I can tell you too that our second project for sure will be launching in the month of September. I can also tell you that our third project will be launching in the month of October. I will also be able to tell you that our fourth project will be launching in the month of November. So between now and the end of November, for sure, we will be launching 4 projects minimum, as well as it looks like at least 6 to 8 crypto projects that go along with those projects and some additional ones. Okay. All right. So is this making sense to everybody so far? Can you put in a 1 in the chat if this is making sense, if I'm beginning to draw a picture that you guys can follow along with? Thank you on the Zoom. I got some 1s there. So that is excellent, excellent, excellent. So Catapult Swap is going to be when we launch projects. So remember, we're a community. And we're going to be doing a graphic of this, guys, that will have TruBadger in the middle of it. And outside of that will be a bunch of puzzle pieces. The first piece of that puzzle will be filled in with Catapult Swap. Okay. I can't get into all the details of all the other puzzle pieces at this point, guys. I'm going to give you a few of them though. So you guys know we're building a piece of trading software. Part of that puzzle is knowing when, because in this space that we're in, guys, I want you to understand hodling is very good and we love hodlers, but also because of the way our taxes work, the way the fees work, so are people that buy and trade. So what we want to do is develop, and we are developing a piece of software that will help trade fee-based tokens. So tokens that have a fee on them for people. So the people trading with that will be able to profitably trade it, buy and sell our tokens, keeping revenue coming in to then execute on these projects. So that will be one of the puzzle pieces. We are also working on an incredible marketing software that will allow for us to market for our crypto projects that will come through Catapult Swap. So the picture is this, guys. Here's TruBadger. TruBadger helps put initial funding into all of these entities, okay? It helps with that part of it. It also brings this community, the TruBadger holders, through the airdrops. So for sure, guys, as soon as Catapult Swap does its token, okay, there will be an airdrop to every TruBadger holder. Now, it's not, I bought it that day, I get the airdrop like a lot of people do. It'll be a window that you will need to hold TruBadger tokens. If you're buying and selling them, it'll take an average of those tokens on that wallet, and it will do the airdrop based on that period of time. So it'll be like if you held tokens from, June 15th, so that's our launch date, right? All the way through till August 15th, we'll have an algorithm that will determine what that hold rate is, sell rate, buy rate, when you bought, when you sold, and it will distribute the tokens on that behalf, okay? So you'll receive a set amount of tokens in Catapult Swap. So if you continue to hold TruBadger, and if you're buying and trading off and on, you may still get a small airdrop, but it's going to be smaller than somebody who's held the whole time. So that's the first one. And then also in September, you will get another airdrop of the next project. October, November. Okay. Our goal over the next 5 years is to do between 12 and 36 projects that are all part of this ecosystem that increases the likelihood of the success of the projects that we're working on. So Catapult Swap gets bots out of the beginning, which then rewards the early adopters and keeps rewarding them, right? Because they don't have that spike in that loss. Okay, so that's the first part of it. Second part is we're building a marketing system that will then help market those projects out onto Reddit, out onto help build Telegram chats, help build all the stuff. Now, remember also, you have the TruBadger community that says, well, I got some airdrops to me. Maybe I want to get involved when that's on Catapult Swap to get early in these projects. What we're going to be doing on Catapult Swap, guys, I can't get into the details yet, but when we do, you will see that it will be the best way to do a fair launch, right? A launch of a token. And on a swapping basis, I wish I could get into details. You know, I'm going to have to like wear a muzzle for the next like weeks and months, guys, because I'm telling you, I have drawn, it's clear, it's right here. It is clear as can be the vision of the next 6, 12, 60 months. So over the next 5 years, exactly what we will do as we pull it in. So we have another module that we'll bring in. That is another important problem right now in launching projects. Hopefully you guys are starting to get a clear picture of what we're going to do. We're going to launch projects that make it more likely for a project to succeed. And in turn, we bring all of our projects through all of these phases. Doing what? So what will determine your wealth in crypto and the blockchain? I'm going to tell you what will determine it. It's the projects that you get involved with and the success of those projects. So if we're building the ecosystem that is the success formula, not everything succeeds, but everything has a better chance of succeeding and ultimately a better success track record, then you, by getting involved in the projects that are coming through the system, have a much better chance, a much greater chance of creating wealth in your life. So instead of it being a dartboard and just trying to, you know, with a blindfold on, throwing it at projects, you have an actual place where you can come that has a higher likelihood of hitting the bullseye or hitting the 30 or the 40, right? The higher points on the dartboard. Then that is the success path that we're on. And that's what we set out to build when we first started TruBadger. I don't know if we've clearly got people to understand. We've said we're going to do other projects. I think the part we left out is those projects are going to feed each other, building it and growing more successful projects with vetting in place. Oh, I've got, let me think if I can say that. I can. No, I can't. Okay. I got to keep that one under the hat right now. I know I don't have a hat on, but I got to keep, but soon we will. So what will happen is, guys, we're going to do this image and you're going to see first Catapult Swap in there. In the next probably 4 weeks, you'll see the next piece of the puzzle that will get filled in. And then the next piece and the next piece. And all of these pieces will be the projects that will feed towards what? From TruBadger being the center of the puzzle to all the pieces around it that all are set and built to lead for success of the other projects, the projects that are in the puzzle pieces, but bringing other projects through. So TruBadger won't create all the projects. We'll find other people that have projects, but they'll go through our system, which means their likelihood of them succeeding is dramatically increased. Now, the more of the puzzle pieces we put in, the higher the success rate goes on each project. The bigger, this is where you guys come in. Why are you sharing TruBadger with your friends? Well, if we have 5,000 TruBadger holders, and let's say 500 or 1,000 are like solid 2,000, and they participate in all these other projects, that's great. but what if we could get to 50,000 and 5 or 10,000 people getting it, right? More and more projects. Remember, we're not just going to do this on the Binance Smart Chain. The projects that we're building, Catapult Swap will start on the Binance Smart Chain. It will go to the ERC20. It will go to Polygon. It will go to. So our goal, when DOT is ready, it will launch DOT projects. We will be able to launch all the different projects through all the different ecosystems that are out there that make sense. And you'll be able to participate in those. Imagine having 1 million or 2 million TruBadger holders and then having 20 or 30,000 people participate in these projects right from the beginning. So one of the biggest reasons why projects don't make it is lack of resources. Okay, lack of resources. We, the community, become that resource pool that allows for these projects to have the most success possible. And especially when a bear market comes in. If we can, during this bear market, be that ecosystem for these projects in the next bull run, if you want a Lambo, go get one, right? If you want a new house, go get one, right? Because that's what we're setting up right now. That's what we're building. And I would love to, we already have some of these puzzle pieces, guys, figured out, but I can't yet announce them because and these are some of the projects that are coming in the next. So I announced 2 of them, the trading software and the Catapult Swap. There's 2 other ones that we already know that we're working on right now. They will be, all the dev teams are being put together, the website, the UI teams, all that stuff is being put together for that. And we'll start to announce some of them later on. In the next 2 to 3 weeks, we will begin to release marketing materials for Catapult Swap. Coming soon, dun, 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 countdowns. I don't know if you guys saw the video that Corey created with the team that is on YouTube right now, but that is the beginning of a lot of great stuff that is coming, and that is putting it together from there. So with that, I'm going to not talk anymore on it because I just really want to tell you guys some things, but I'm not allowed to. I can't yet because I don't want to ruin it for you guys, right? And when I mean ruin it by you guys is I don't want to let it out too early. Somebody looks at it and goes, wow, that's a great idea. Let's copy it. We want to get it, start it being built, brand it, put together. When we're a few weeks away from launching it, then we'll say, oh, by the way, here it is. And then that way we have first mover advantage on these ideas and these concepts, but you will begin to see. So we're going to build this puzzle, and on the puzzle piece, there will be problems in the blockchain. Okay. And in what it takes to launch. So if you took everything it takes to launch a cryptocurrency successfully, from a great dev team to great website, branding, marketing, a great launch with a Catapult Swap, software where people can trade it and bring in more revenue, all the pieces that it takes, those will be on all the different puzzle pieces. And we will begin to build and formulate projects that go on each of those puzzle pieces, eventually filling in the whole thing. And that whole thing will mean wealth, prosperity, success for the people that participated in the center of it, which is TruBadger, because all of those projects will do airdrops plus the projects that they're launching. Because remember, we won't just launching our projects, we'll be launching other people's projects. But the way they come through will not be, hey, I want to put it on there. It's, hey, I want to put it on here. And here's my credentials. Here's who we are. Here's our process. Here's our developers. Yeah, those are developers that can do the project, right? These are people that have, that have the experience and the know-how to launch those. So we become a mechanism for people to participate in great projects that have a good chance of succeeding instead of the other way around. We know right now that the majority of projects that are launching will not succeed because they don't have an ecosystem behind them that puts that together. Okay, so I am going to stop talking right now. We have a first question that came in, so I'm going to read it. It's a long one, but I'm going to read it here, and then we will start answering some questions. So you guys can put them in the Q&A. So question for Peter. Given the upcoming projects, if one has additional resources to invest after investing in TruBadger, curious if future TruBadger projects will have additional investment opportunities for us, or should we just invest more in the token itself now before the cost of the coin increases further? So Clark, that is really, so all these projects will go through Catapult Swap. So just like we did Catapult Swap for TruBadger, there will be a time when you can get them at, I think TruBadger started at, and it'll be a little different. We did the fixed side on this, right? That there'll be an adjustment, but it won't be like it's Pancake Swap. I can't get into a lot of the details on it. So I would definitely keep some, and I don't, look, I would buy as much TruBadger as I can afford to do, but I would definitely keep some powder dry for when we are launching these other projects, because they will be tremendous opportunities to get involved with. And of course, we need the community, our TruBadger, our holders, are incredible people to be some of the first people to get involved in these projects, so we don't end up with the huge fluctuations and the things happening. So I would say that's probably a combination of a split between what can you do in TruBadger, hold some back there for you to be able to do a Catapult Swap. Catapult Swap will launch in August. The token for it, which will be a very much necessary for projects that are on it. Remember, all tokens will have utility that tie into the services that are being offered for it. That token will launch more than likely in September. I gave Corey a heart attack because I'm thinking the launch of the token, and I said the project, and he thought I meant September, and I thought he was, I felt bad because I thought he was gonna, but the project launching in August, the token will launch more than likely in September. We will give you guys the timing there, not a day or 4 days notice, so you can begin to plan out and putting together resources to participate. So guys, and remember, I always give long answers that probably are longer than they need to be, but I want to make sure that everybody understands. So if my answers go on long, just ask the question. When you know the answer, then go take a bathroom break. And by the time you come back, we'll be on the next question. All right. All right. Any other questions, buddy?
Yes, we do. Can we modify our, Anthony asked, can we modify our tokenomics to only pay reflection when Binance drops by more than 2%, so it collects over time and then blunts the downside, and then we can focus on the distribution of those tokens more towards the long-term holders?
Great suggestion. Right now, guys, our contract is built the way it is. Changing tokenomics is really tough. We can eliminate taxes. That was built into the contract, but changing some of that stuff. But we will be launching other projects. We've already talked about some support things to this ecosystem that would have different tokenomics that would allow for additional functionalities like trading, like supporting a token when it drops, things like that. So we are working on projects that will implement that. If we could copy that, Corey, let's put that in our quiver of things to look at, and then we will look at that for other projects. We can't do it right now for TruBadger, but it could be done for additional other projects.
All right. Also, Anthony asked, is it possible for Catapult Swap to eventually easily allow common day folks to buy TruBadger tokens with a credit card, debit card transaction on their cell phone?
Great question. So guys, that's a lot of legal stuff because of banking system, anti-money laundering stuff. That is something that is a much brighter question. We want to be able to make it very easy for people to acquire it, but it's not complex today because people want it to be complex. It's complex because of the laws, especially in all the different countries. So that is something that we are going to we're right now working on the legal side of the stuff that we're doing. Once we get through that, then we will tackle the legality and try to come up with new ways of doing it to make it much easier for people to be able to acquire. We know that that's one of the puzzle pieces, by the way, guys, that's on that puzzle pieces, is making it easy to acquire crypto, right? That is one of the bigger puzzle pieces. And maybe that's what we'll do, is the bigger the problem, the bigger the puzzle piece will make it, right? We're just working on designing the graphic. That would be a big puzzle piece right there. And that is something that we are going to tackle. We will actually be tackling a project, one of the ones we'll be launching, that will help in solving some of the bigger problems. I can't get into much more detail than that, but it is part of the equation. And the way we're going to do it is very interesting. Matter of fact, the way we're going to do it has worked already to solve a major problem in the world. We'll just be implementing it in the blockchain crypto space.
Awesome. All right, Shelly asked, will we get to participate in pre-launch swaps?
So every swap that is on Catapult Swap will be what's called a premium swap. It will have increase in the price when you get in, but it will be much slower and much more controlled than a launch, let's say, on Pancake Swap. And that'll give a broader amount of tokens that can be used for this. And then that will be then switched over to liquidity on. So when things are done on Catapult Swap, 100% of all transactions, all swaps, asset for asset, will need to be used for only one purpose. And that will be to provide liquidity on Pancake Swap or whatever swap they decide to go to, Bakery Swap or any of the other swaps, or Uniswap, right? So in the mechanism, it will be controlled that the token holders, the contract holders, right, the people who founded it, they don't get a choice. Oh, hey, we raised or we swapped for a whole bunch more BNB. Let's use some of that for marketing, or let's use it for that. That funds they'll have to go get somewhere like on a DEX sales and an IDO or some other mechanism. On our swap, it is strictly to provide LP, solid basement, right, for the token. So instead of being $20 or $1,000 or 5 BNB put in for LP, our project will start like we did with TruBadger with $400,000, right? Or, whatever I think it was 350, somewhere in there that we put in for the LP, and I could get the exact number for it, but it was a substantial sum of BNB, which is why we built that stability and the ability to continue to move forward. So that's the action of it. So Catapult Swap will be that ability for you to get in at $1 million market cap trading, million, 10,000, 20,000, 30, 40, 50. And then when it goes to free trading on Catapult Swap, then it will take on the algorithm of Pancake Swap, balance out what it would be on Pancake Swap, and then bridge over onto there. So I guess the answer to that is yes.
We have a couple of similar questions. I'll wrap them into one. What do we use for Catapult Swap? BNB ? But also, will we need BNB to buy the new projects like we did TruBadger?
Yeah, so we're going to do 2 tokens now, guys, from here forward, BNB and BUSD. So you'll be able to do BNB and BUSD. Eventually, again, we'll start pulling in ERC. So you'll be able to use Ethereum and those other ones. But in the earlier days on these next few projects over the next couple months, all the projects we roll out, guys, we're going to roll out a first phase of it. Immediately, we're already working on phase 2, which will roll out 30 to 90 days later, which will have a lot more features, a lot more cross-chain type of situations where you'll be able to come in. One of our goals is to make it to where eventually you can come on to Catapult Swap. Let's say you have an ERC20. Of course, you still need a wallet because you need to put a BSD, but you could trade ERC20 into it and get a BSC token. So you don't have to go, oh, I have ERC, let me trade it to BNB and then trade it. You'll be able to come in, put ERC20 in. We'll handle the swap in the background of it in order to get the right thing to go into the liquidity on Pancake Swap because it's a Binance Smart Chain token, and move forward from there. So we're going to expand the capability. It's one of the part of that puzzle piece. That's the big puzzle piece, is making it easier for you to use different cryptocurrencies in order to get into the project.
Yes. Anthony asks, can TruBadger owners be allowed to participate in pre-sale preferentially?
So guys, we do not do pre-sales. And the reason why, outside of a direct group of people, and the reason why is legality in the United States on doing pre-sale stuff, right? We would have to do KYC. People in the US can't participate, right? Because you're not allowed to. We are staying within the legal boundaries of what we do. So the first availability will be on Catapult Swap, which is a swap, and all of that funding, all of that asset is going into liquidity. So there's no money being raised for the project for software and for that other stuff. That is going to be now some of the projects we do, guys, and we'll let you know this ahead of time. We'll maybe go to deck sales and do a pre-sale. So think about this. We don't do pre-sales, but let's say ABC project comes to us and they say, we're going to use Catapult Swap. We're going to use the marketing system. We're going to use the trading software side of things. We're going to use this. We're going to use this. We're going to use this. They're going to use our entire system. We would let you guys know, of course, because we want you to be involved, that here's a project that's going on deck sales that is doing a pre-sale. You can go over there and participate. If they let you participate, no matter where you are in the world, then that's them letting you participate. Then we bring it through our system, which stays within the boundaries of that. So the answer to that is there will more than likely be opportunities for you guys to participate in pre-sales, knowing that the project is coming through our system.
Well done. Well done. That is it for the moment that I see on YouTube, and the lovely Sharona is helping me out with Q&A, and I don't see any others in the Zoom chat.
Okay, so can I ask a question, guys? Did this help anybody understand better? Because we're going to build this into our website, hopefully, this whole side of things. Can you guys let me know, yes, this did help, or no, it's still just as confusing as I was before? Okay, great. Perfect. Getting a lot of yeses. Are we getting the same yeses on YouTube, buddy?
Yeah, we are getting, yep, we are.
BJ says yes and no. Okay, we'll take the yes part, BJ, on the no part. Maybe if you listen to the recording a couple of times, we can turn that yes into that no into a yes on that side. But I do appreciate.
And I will say, yeah, definitely. I'll tell Nick. I think Nick hopped in on. I don't think Nick. I strongly suggest to hop on our Telegram channel. Telegram. Also, I did send you a YouTube video, guys, on our YouTube channel, just for everybody out there. We've done some very detailed, and we've done some kind of in a nutshell presentations. We did a week long of presentations last week. Some of our divas of DeFi, the females on our team, Peter and I did a few of presentations. Awesome. Well, yeah, it's we're excited for you guys out there to get to know TruBadger and you know, really what we are at the foundation. From there, you'll get a good idea of kind of what Peter discussed tonight. Well,
Nick, and there's an unknown thing. We haven't let it out to the world yet, but Doge's best friend is TruBadger. Okay, I mean, they're like good buddies. I mean, they hang out in the Badger hole. They go out to dinner together. They hang out and they spend time together. So they are good friends. So if you want to be in the token that is best friends with Doge, you got it, guys. And Nick put in here that he's new to crypto and he only holds Doge. And so I just wanted to let him know that TruBadger is Doge's best friend, not any of these other Doge coins. He actually, I don't even think he likes them because they're like copying and treading on his territory. So I don't even think he has I mean, I don't know. We'll ask TruBadger, but I think he'll tell you he doesn't like these baby Doges and mini Doges and all that stuff because they're like copycats, right? Of what trying to tread on his success. But so his best friend is TruBadger. Corey's thinking to himself, why does he say this stuff? Why does he go there, right?
I saw a comment by Travis. He said something about Corey's sweating, ready to hit that mute button at any time. I said, I always am. I can always say, hey, Peter said it. I didn't say it.
Peter exactly. Said it. Peter said that one. Just leave me out of that one. Just, you know, all right. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, this is exciting, Peter. A lot of information. And, you know, I was in and out of the Telegram chat today and was watching back and forth some comments in between things we're doing. And, you know, this is not to sound cliche, but this is exactly what the doctor ordered. A lot of questions that were asked today in Telegram and discussion was over, you know, the projects, the marketing of the launch coming soon of the projects, what we're doing. And, you know, guys, I just want to say, faith in us. We've got it covered. You guys, I know you guys haven't worked with Peter over the last 5.5 years, but Peter and I talk about 12 times a day, and I become part of his brain, which is pretty scary. But this plan, this vision over the next 60 months, when he says it's laid out like a surgeon, it really is. And keep sharing. We're, not everybody in the Telegram, not everybody that are holders are professional shillers or marketers, but our job is to stay on track and deliver what we say and deliver what we're and do, walk the walk. And that's what we're doing. And we're here for you, the token holders, first and foremost. So every decision we're making, every step we're taking is carefully treaded and well planned and well thought out. So faith in us, you guys keep that Telegram chat pumping. Before you know it, we will have a flood of token holders. The more we go along, keep in mind, guys, we just we're a month. We're just a month new, and we have. I've never seen a chart like this, and we continue to rise. And pretty proud to be a token holder myself, and we're really proud of what you guys are doing out there. So keep it up, and we have the best admins on the planet, I must say, best staff. Carolyn and Steve are night and day. Those guys are helping everybody get familiar and get comfortable with setting up wallets. I know they've had full rooms the last 3 or 4 days, and yeah. Yes, I am happy. I'm smiling. We are in a wonderful, wonderful place.
Corey, there's a great question. Somebody is asking, who is the new team member that we brought on?
Oh, yeah. We mentioned at the front end of this AMA, but we brought on Tim. He's a graphic designer. Coming from a graphic designer myself, I am absolutely thrilled and honored to have him on the team. He's got major accolades in the space. He's got quite a portfolio. He's excited to be here at TruBadger. He's been following the token, and he's loving what we're doing, and he's got ideas, and he is going to help us take this to the next level. Like Peter mentioned, some rebranding and of the TruBadger website and Catapult Swap. We've got him on a couple of projects to start, and just wait for him. Tim, his name's Tim, guys. And he has worked on several token projects that you've probably heard of.
Yes, and he's in very high demand, so he had to like the project to come on board and be a part of it, guys. So,
yeah, yes, Badger Tim Badger. Yeah, we listen, guys. We listen, and we do have ears and eyes everywhere. So we appreciate you guys' constructive criticism and your feedback. And we're looking forward to. I did want to mention, how about that CoinTiger volume, Peter? I know we had a lot of talk about. I woke up in the middle of the night and I was checking on CoinTiger. I sent a link to Peter. And I was like, check out this volume. So CoinTiger is rocking and rolling.
Yeah, and I do want to bring that up, guys. We will have a little more volatility in now that we're on an exchange, and that'll balance out. I think I mentioned this when we first talked about it. That'll give a couple days of more volatility. It'll lock in a little better. We'll have it again next week when we go on the second exchange, the end of the week when we do that. So there'll be a little bit more volatility there. Really what it does is right now it gives people an opportunity to come in, and because we have people that are looking to come on board to grab at those a little bit lower, and then they have the better chance of making money as the crypto accelerates and as we put this together. I'll say that there's more than likely the middle of next month, the big acceleration will begin, because they'll see Catapult Swap completed. We'll start launching projects on that. We will clearly lay out the second project, which will be October's launch, as well as announce the date for when Catapult Swap token will begin. So a lot of people are going to wait and see what we do, guys. The great thing is to get yourself positioned, get the people positioned between now and then. So then as we begin to deliver on projects that a lot of the other cryptos have had problems delivering on some of the things that they said they're going to do. When we begin to deliver in this way, that's when people are going to go, okay, yeah, these guys can do it. And that's when they're going to come on board. One of the things is when we first announce project guys, we will not say September 15th. It'll be September, and that'll give us the time frame. And then as we get closer to it, we'll actually set that date when we know that we can deliver on that prospect of it. Because if we have to move something, then we're moving something that had a loose date versus something with a firm date. We've learned through the experience of working with communities and be a part of that, that when you do give a firm date, you want to deliver on that date, or, you know, in advance of that, know that the date's going to move off, not wait till that day. And so in that experience that we'll use and we'll continue to share and move this thing forward to be able to deliver for you guys. So a great, I mean, just, it's tremendous, the stuff that we have ahead of us. I think that's it. We've been on for about 45 minutes now, 43, 44 minutes. Thank you guys. We look forward to building. And remember, Corey, we work for you guys. If you're a token holder here, we work for you, and we understand that, and we know that. When we wake up in the morning, when we go to sleep at night, we know who is, you know, we know who the people, we know the people that we are working for and building for are our token holders, not stockholders, not the founders of the company, but token holders. Being that we're founders and token holders, we're working for ourselves as well, but we're working for you guys. And every single token, the token holders now, the token holders in the future, the ones that sold all their tokens that are going to come back and buy them back someday at a higher market cap, a higher price. It's okay. We still love them. And when they do hold the token, we're still going to go to work for them. All right. That's all I got, buddy. If you don't have anything else, let's say good night.
Good night, guys. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next AMA.